Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm trading the ES futures on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. So I've got my overnight highs up here, overnight lows down here. I was considering they could be up here. And we also had a measured move to that level here. But, this was more, ranging right here. This looked like the overnight range. It was pretty strong. It was pretty clear. So that's how I played it. And then also with this trade, I, didn't want to push it past this level. Even if this up here is technically the overnight high. There's clearly a significant level right here. We had that double top there. So starting off, we had this push up, and when we bounced here, we made a double bottom right here. So 8 o'clock is around this area right here, and this trade's around 8:30. So we made this double bottom right here. It's not perfect, but it's clearly reacting at the same level. And we started pushing up here, and when it starts pushing up here from this level, when it starts taking off here, you can expect there's a possible uptrend here. Now, I was looking for a short in this area. I was looking for a reversal pattern down. So imagine like this downtrend break, first attempt lower, and then you can get an entry on the second attempt lower here. And then, of course, in that situation, this trend line would not be holding, but the trend line did hold. So you have to switch gears here. And so this trade right here, you can view it as you have this downtrend, you have a break, attempt at a new low, and ideally you'd want 2 attempts, but the trend line is holding. You just made a double bottom right here. That's sign of a bullish imbalance. So you have to stay with the bias. And then you also have this measured move in play. So you have this bigger measured move in play. And it's just to get out before the highs here. It's not to push it through any significant resistance. Except I did wait for it to close above the EMA. So it didn't close above the EMA on this first bar here, but it clearly, as soon as it ticked onto the trend line, it just, shot back up. Then we got this bar closing back above the EMA. It's a very good looking trade. Just wanted to get out before the this overnight high here. And also, you also have this smaller measured move in play. So that's what that first trade was. But we pushed out of the overnight high. We reached this other level up here. We reached this measured move here. It wasn't a very significant reaction. We kind of just pushed through it. We didn't even reach the EMA on the correction. So we pushed higher here. And now we're reaching this upper trend line here. And we reacted off it for a second, but then we overshot it. We shot below the EMA. That's just a one push down there. I see that tick higher. That's really just one push down. And there's no way to go long here. Once again, no good signal bar. Right after pushing below, we push higher here. And then I started forming this range. And this is where I got trapped here. So we have this high here. We have this low here. We're clearly in this range here. Now, here's how I tricked myself on this. Here's what I was thinking. I convinced myself that the EMA was weak. So when the EMA is weak, it's okay to enter into it. For instance, when you're in a range, say that you have the EMA perfectly straight through all these bars, chopping straight through it, then it's okay to enter into the EMA. We only had one push below and then a push back above, and all these bars are holding above the EMA, almost the entire day after this launch right here. Everything's been above the EMA. We barely went below it. And then when we did go through it here and go back above, there's barely any, red bodies below the EMA. And then when we shot back above, we got more significant closes back above. And also the EMA has been up the whole time at this point. We have a bullish bias. And what I was thinking here was, when you come off of the highs of a range or of a channel, similarly to a range, you before you want to enter along with it, you want 2 attempts to reach the other side. So I was viewing this as the second attempt to reach the other side of this channel and this range here. But we did have this bullish bias. The EMA was up, and the EMA was strong. It was not weak. It had not been chopping through it. I kind of just wasn't paying close attention. It chopped through it once right here. That's not significant enough to enter into the EMA while you have a bullish bias. So that was just a mistake on my part. I was just trying to complete this measured move, but got trapped there. So we pushed higher here. We reached this trend line again. Then we get these corrections, not quite reaching the EMA, which, even if that did reach the EMA, you don't want to enter that. That's just a first entry, entering high directly into the, this uptrend right here, of the uptrend highs right here. And once again, when you come off the highs, you want to see 2 pushes down before going long. You don't want to enter on these first entries here. So here we start getting congestive. We rush back below, and then there's really no setups on the way down here. We just shoot far below. And so we get all the way down here. We start to correct up. At first I have smaller uptrend like this. Uptrend, we have a break. We're pushing to a new high. It's extremely congestive here. We have range like this right here. It's there's really nothing to take. There's no room on any of these entries. You also have the overnight high to worry about. And so I'll put this down how I had it at the time. And so we had this spike up, we had a break, a second push higher here, so that's a two-legged move higher. As soon as it reached that measured move, we started pushing down. And I was trying to find shorts, but there's really no good shorts in here. It just gets really congestive here, and yeah, there's really nothing to take. It's just straight sideways. And then we push lower here, we bounce off this low again, and at this point I was wanting to extend this trend line, this range line up to here. So when we bounced right here, these lows were fitting good. The high was not confirmed, but it's pretty clear that we're in a sideways, we're in a range here. So we push higher here, and then this is where I got this trade right here, because this is how I viewed it. First entry long, second entry long, failure. So this is a big picture failed second entry. I'll draw it out with a visual here. So we have this push down. I'm going to remove these arrows for a second. Push down, so that's the first entry, break, second entry, and then, so first entry long, second entry long, and then the failure right there. And it was just to get out at this measured move right here, because there's a measured move right here. Let me draw it for you again. So this leg down, measure that, just to get out that measured move. The measured move is perfectly to this range low. Perfect place. You don't want to push it. You don't want to push your target more than that. You don't want to push it out farther than the range low / measured move. So that's a perfect place to put your target. And then also on a bigger picture, look at what this also was. This was a lower high for an even bigger picture failed second entry. So because remember, price action levels they get pretty big, and you can trade them. If you go up to a higher time frame chart, it might be easier to see some of these things, but you can still trade the really big picture stuff on the 2000 tick chart. So view this like first entry long, second entry long, failure. So this whole area was a big picture failed second entry, but I wanted something that was actually below the EMA and just more confirmed. And so that's what happened here when you got this smaller picture, but still really big picture failed second entry with room down to these lows here and the measured move. And then that it's a lower high for an even bigger picture setup. So that's why I like that trade so much. But yeah, today was, I actually missed one of the posts today on the site because I was focusing trying to get a trade here. I was getting frustrated because it was just, the price action was kind of annoying today, and I was trying to make up this loss here. So that was a 10 tick loss. We had 12 tick winner here, another 12 tick winner here. So at the end of the day, it's good. That's a 66%. But anyway, so that's gonna do it for this video. I hope I didn't skip over anything. Sometimes I do these kind of fast. Like I'm looking over, it's 8 minutes. Usually these videos are like 13 minutes, but it's been feeling slower lately. It really has been, and I haven't been taking as many trades for 1 to 2 lately, just because there's just been less trades for it. And so like this, I attempted to go to 1.75 R, and I just didn't, I was wrong. I screwed up there. But yeah, these are some good looking trades here. I'm glad to have gotten them. I traded longer than you. Lately, I've been leaving at 12. I've been leaving at noon Central Time. But I traded longer today because I really wanted to make this up, and I was just getting frustrated. I just, I wanted to get something here. But anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful in some way. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention about this trade was I was also considering this big picture measured move here, which of course had to do with that bigger picture failed second entry. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this. Have a good one.